I want to talk about you and Bianca. And before I get into it, though, I took a screenshot of just this interview that you two did together. The way she looks at you, I, like goals times a million. And I screenshotted it. And the way that you look at the camera too, I guess it's all good. But it's literal goals. And it's so cool. Like during your show, that the reality show that y'all had, I've spoken to a few wrestlers about this, and you guys had to do a reality show during the busiest time of year. So it's WrestleMania time. How are you able to prep for the biggest event of the year in your career, the reality show, but also maintaining a marriage? That's a lot of balancing.
It was definitely a task, but I think what helped us was the fact that we're so like close knit and always on the same page. And like if it ever got too hectic, like we got our like secret code word that we say to each other where we just go off and escape from everything for a while. But it was definitely the busiest time of our year because at the time, like we were both of us were kind of doing both shows. So a typical week would be you would fly out Thursday. You would do SmackDown Friday. You do a live event, or you would drive to the live event and do the live event Saturday. You would drive and do the other live event on Sunday. And sometimes, if you had Raw, you would go to Raw,
Mhm.
and then you would go home Tuesday. And as soon as we would land Tuesday, we would start filming. So we would film Tuesday all the way up until Thursday evening, and sometimes we had to film Friday and fly in Friday morning for SmackDown. We basically be filming Tuesday to Friday. So we pretty much had no. That was technically, truthfully, no days off for about
Yeah.
like 6 months. It was like that. So
Wow.
just finding like the in between moments in between to like get those breathers and just like stay on straight and narrow path, just giving each other motivation, like, and just knowing like it never felt like work because I'm
Oh,
there with my
good.
best I'm there with my best friend, and it's just continuously us just doing stuff together. So it wasn't too difficult, especially the person I was working with. So I think that's what made it easier too, and the fact that we actually like being around each other, so that helps too. But
Always a
it was a
bonus.
yes, yes, it was a lot of fun. I definitely never felt at one time that it was strenuous. It was just continuous,
Yeah.
not strenuous, just continuous.
Beautiful. And it's cool. I saw you guys on Watch What Happens Live, and you guys are very open about your personal lives, and that's obviously part of the show as well. Even talking about like having sex before a match, you're very open about these things. Why is it important that you show off this part of you? It's a very personal thing, but you're sharing it with the public.
Well, we're in the information age now, and like
Mhm.
information is being presented and brought out in so many different ways, and like I feel like now you can't really necessarily hide things from the public no more. And I feel like the more genuine and real and relatable you are, like the more people can grow and get attached to you because like I'm not speaking for anybody else, but there may be some individuals that feel like they're either higher or they're not
Mm.
normal or they don't go through the same struggles that people go through. And we just letting people know like, nah, we human just like you guys. We're just WWE. Our title right now is we're entertainers, but we go through the same struggles, peaks and valleys, highs and lows as anyone else. We just deal with them in our profession, but we deal with the same struggles that everyone else goes through. Like everything isn't always a smooth road, but that's what life is. And we just show like how relatable and unique and normal we are, just on this scale, and just to show people that by our partnership and our friendship, like that's how we stay close knit and keep our head on the swivel. And iron sharpens iron by us just being a continuous partnership and friendship and just doing the best we can, not just for ourselves but for each other.
Before I let you go, now confirm this. She made the first move, right?
She did.
Okay. So statistically, I heard that when the woman makes the first move, she ends up marrying that man. So statistically, I mean, I'm not going to argue with data ever. Why do you think that that is? Because you're living proof of that.
So me, I was my family grew me very, very young as like, gentlemen, old school,
Mhm.
like very, very gentlemen, and never. You can conversate with a woman, but always make sure that she feels comfortable. And I feel like typically, if a woman does make the move, then that necessarily means she's comfortable with the individual that she's
Mhm.
making the move on. And I remember, and I always tell her, like, from day one, that's always one of the main things I've always did towards her. Like, I always wanted to make sure she was comfortable. I was always
Mhm.
interested in her. I always thought she was beautiful. And at the public setting we were at, she made the first move. And I always just wanted to make sure she was comfortable with me.
Mhm.
If I can present myself at a distance but very stoic and presentable and comfortable for her, then, and if she wants to have a conversation with me, then we can take it to another level. But I'm not going to just jump up on her and
Totally.
try to force something, or I just I can, if I can't do it from afar, then maybe I need to start looking at some other ways or techniques. But just being a gentleman, and just always making sure a woman is comfortable and has her space. Especially when it comes to you all being having conversations or intimate. I feel like you
Mhm.
definitely should make each other feel comfortable, and that's what I try to do with her, and I guess it worked.
I guess it did. And the way she looks at you, the way that y'all look at each other is just, mwah, it's amazing.